So I'm this morning with Tex. Tex, massive, massive thanks. I've heard lots about you from a number of different people. When I keep hearing about someone, then it's a good time for me to catch up. So, for those who haven't come across yourself yet, can you just explain a little about what you do in property, how you got involved in property?
Yeah, sure. So let's start with how I got involved in property. So my parents did the whole accidental landlord journey. So when my grandparents moved back to Jamaica, my parents bought their property from them to enable them to move. So that was their first buy-to-let property before I was born. So I was kind of exposed to seeing them deal with a single property, a tenant. And then over the years, as I was growing up, my mum and dad, acquired a property, say every 5 to 6 years as a traditional kind of portfolio landlord would do so. So that was my exposure to property. I didn't have kind of any understanding of, the architecture field, QS field, even though I had an interest. My understanding of property was be a buy-to-let landlord. Didn't understand the word planning, just kind of wasn't in my vocabulary at that stage. I began networking. I'm a believer in surround yourself by the people that you want to be like. So doing some research while I was at uni. So gonna get a usual on a grad scheme. My aim was to I was doing a master's in operational logistics at the time, so wanted to get a good job and acquire a property every 6 years, which kind of, which I had seen being done, and it wasn't a bad plan. So we're going to networking events. I learned about different strategies, HMOs, essays, rent to rents, and that kind of opened Pandora's box to me. Just a world that I was unaware of prior to that. So just before leaving, so I got on a grad scheme with international company, Kerry Foods. So it was great in terms of that was the plan. So and then this networking event threw a spanner in the works because I met a developer who was setting up a student and PRS company. And I wanted to just throw the towel in immediately, throw the degree out the window and just get on board. So I wanted to do that. I didn't do that. In fact, I went on the grad scheme, kept in contact with them, and then from there, I ended up working for them within a year. Got loads of experience, and that's where I learned on the job about planning, option agreements, exit into private funds. I since left there, set up my own lettings business, and have begun to use my experience in, getting options agreements and planning to secure my own development. So I do high-end HMOs in Southeast London. I just got planning this week for conversion of a Victorian building to 4 flats. Gonna go back in because I want a fifth unit. And I've got an option for a new build site in Kingston upon Thames for 2 units, which will be exiting on a refinance. And yeah, looking at more deals in the new year. So 2023, we'll be looking at units up from anything from 5 to 20 unit schemes. I'll be looking at in the new year with myself and my business partner. And I'm also given my what I've learned and my experiences with networking, I'm also co-founder of the Developers Club. So we're a group of young developers. We have a combined goal of delivering 10,000 new homes by 2030. So we meet on a regular basis, share ideas, and iron sharpens iron. So we're avid believers in power of our networks.